the ghetto, it's Third Ward, Texas. Boys shopping Blaze on their motherfucking Lexus. Boys rolling butter, some coming white. It's that Big Floyd throwing tray in the night.
The following is a mutually agreed upon statement from the Chuckle Bunker Autonomous Zone.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, and non-binary allies everywhere. In accordance with the C.B.A.Z Statement of Principles, subsection D.4, regarding rotational representation, I am currently speaking on behalf of the residents of the zone. Firstly, it has come to our attention that certain media outlets have been circulating manipulated images of recent activities among the protesters, such as these. And while these images appear authentic to the untrained eye, they are in fact skillfully altered to misrepresent the movement and the residents of the protest zone. It is not the case that we are violent, lawless anarchists or that we have set up armed checkpoints. Those are lies. Secondly, a bit of clarification. There has been some confusion over the official title of our occupying protest movement since it began organically on Tuesday afternoon when we seized the police station. Originally, we called ourselves the Ottawa Autonomous Zone, but that felt a little clunky, so we shortened it to the Ottawa Auto Zone. But that created some confusion, and our website crashed after being bombarded by inquiries unrelated to the fight against police-based violence. And by this point, the so-called law enforcement officers, aka the fascist enforcers of the racist overclass, had violently expelled us from the parking lot. So we performed a tactical retreat to this neighborhood and renamed ourselves the Little Italy Organized Protest. But after being confronted and then repelled by the authoritarian bootlickers of the Little Italy Community Center, we readjusted the perimeters and evolved into the Willow Street Free People's Movement. Other minor adjustments were necessary when some methadone addicts from the clinic around the corner stole the spray paint we were planning to use to create a massive Black Lives Matter mural in the street. And then we disbanded the collective garden dedicated to marginalized communities when an elderly person of color who disagreed with our declaration denouncing private land ownership politely requested we remove ourselves from what she considered to be her backyard. From that point on, we were known as Tyson and Kara's Autonomous Zone on Willow Street. But following some differences of opinion regarding housework and the fact that she was the one with the quote-unquote real job and also the one whose name is on the so-called mortgage, it was decided that the zone would be consolidated to this specific area, currently referred to as the Chuckle Bunker Autonomous Zone. So, now that I've given you a brief history of our resistance movement and dispelled some misinformation, let me tell you who we are and what we want. We are a decentralized, self-governing, police-free zone. We are also a cashless society, having transitioned to an entirely pizza-based economy. We may no longer have a community garden, but we do have a community beer garden, which is what we call our Coleman camping cooler with whatever's left of the bush light. And we do recognize full legal status and representation for our cat allies, but only while they are in the perimeter of the C.B.A.Z. They still are not allowed to go outdoors. I'm sorry, that's non-negotiable. This is our list of demands. 1. Unilateral defunding of the militarized thugs representing the capitalist police state. 2. More pizza, preferably from Pizza Shark, although Bronson Pizza would also be acceptable. 3. Some fresh ice for the beer garden. 4. A radical re-engineering of global economies to enfranchise racialized people, including reparations for descendants of slavery and a universal basic income. And 5. More beer for the beer garden. Thank you, and power to the people.
Boys from the stone, stepping in Rick